Darr the Sellsword leaned back on his chair, one boot hooked around a rung, the firelight catching the old scars on his arms as he spoke. Blackroot Road wasn't famous back then. Just another stretch of forest trail where wagons slowed, storms gathered, and sensible folk stuck close together. That was how it started. Not with prophecy or banners, but with rain, wind, and strangers sharing a fire because the woods pressed too close to ignore. Agdath stood near the flames like he belonged there, big as a standing stone, quiet, watching everything without moving much at all. Alter kept to the edge of the light, eyes always drifting to the dark between the trees like he knew it was watching back. Nightroot knelt often, fingers brushing dirt and roots, listening to the forest the way other folk listened to priests. Rowan never stopped watching people. Hands, belts, the way weight shifted before a lie. Veskar asked questions no one else thought to ask, already working answers out in his head, while the rest of us were still settling in. They didn't arrive together. They didn't plan anything. They just didn't leave each other's side when the night started to feel wrong. The forest changed first. The wind shifted. The fire leaned one way, then straightened. Somewhere between midnight and dawn, people started to vanish. No screams, no struggle, just empty spaces where someone had been sleeping. When they left the camp and followed the signs, the woods told the rest of the story. Blood pooled in the earth, far more than a single body should hold. Trees were smeared with it, bark split and stained. One trunk had brain matter pressed into it, skull fragments still clinging where something had grabbed a man's head and slammed it hard enough to burst bone. Deep claw marks scored the wood, not from climbing, but from impact. No bodies, that was the worst part. Whatever had done it was still moving. They followed the trail until the sound of water swallowed everything else. A waterfall spilled down a cliff face, mist hanging thick in the air. Behind it, half hidden, was a cave. They scouted it, careful and quiet. Inside were two cultists already dead, smashed and broken like meat on stone. A third was alive, a woman, legs torn away, held together by fear and stubborn will. She told them enough between breaths. The cult had been moving captives when an ogre found them. It killed without care, ate without meaning. The rest of the cultists stopped. They left her and kept going. The ogre was still there. That fight was ugly, close, loud. Agdath took blows that would have crushed wagons. Rowan slipped in and out of shadow, cutting where it hurt most. Alter burned the dark with power that bent the air wrong. Veskar's shots landed where they mattered, turning chaos into advantage. Nightroot bled, staggered, and stayed standing, refusing to fall while the forest still watched. Every one of them went down at least once. Every one of them got back up. When the ogre fell, the cave shook. Even the waterfall seemed to pause before roaring again. There was no time to rest. Dawn was coming, and the chanting was ahead. They followed patterns instead of tracks, wax marks pressed onto wood and stone, rope fibers caught where no rope should be, symbols repeated again and again like someone counting lives. The sound of voices led them to a stone hollow deep in the woods. Moonlight cut through cracks above, pale and cold. 13 cultists stood in a circle, chanting low and steady, wax smeared across the floor and altar. Bound captives lay near the center, alive, marked, waiting. The ritual was going to completion. Agdath moved first. Altar followed without hesitation. Rowan struck from the edge. Veskar's work flared to life. Nightroot broke the rhythm of the chant. Steel rang. Magic cracked the air. The circle shattered, wax smeared and faded. The chanting died. Every captive lived. When the sun finally rose, Blackroot Road was quiet again. The forest pulled back. The night released its grip. 5 men walked out together who hadn't walked in that way at all. That was how Agdath, Alter, Nightroot, Rowan, and Veskar began. Not as legends, not yet, but as men who survived a night that was meant to break them, on a road most people never remembered until it remembered them.